Guys, this is the general reading for Libra for the month of February 2019. It's for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you have significant Libra in your chart, if you're a cross watcher, or if you're just drawn to this video, or if you have significant, I don't know if I said that, but significant Libra in your chart. If this doesn't fit for you or for more of a complete picture, you may want to check out my other videos that are either out already or coming out for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, significant placements in your chart or whatever you feel drawn to. Energy is fluid, so some, none, or all of this may apply. It could have already happened. It may be happening now. It could happen in the future. I could read this as you. It could be someone else around you. I could read this as love. It could be your job. Just take what fits and leave the rest. As far as, let me say the specials real quick for you guys, just so you know, and then certain things that I'm doing. In the month, if you pay in the month of February 2019, if you get really any service, but especially, really not, well, not any service, but if you get a 60-minute Reiki session or a guidance session or a live reading, a pre-recorded reading, or like the medical intuitive work, I don't think it's for like the 30-minute Reiki, that's pretty short, but in the month of February 2019, you get a free chakra clearing and rebalancing. I did it for myself not long ago, and especially on my sacral chakra, and I had so much energy in there that I didn't realize I was holding that was not serving my highest good. It was crazy, the difference in the feeling. I didn't realize also really how much it drained me by it being in there until it was gone, and I noticed the difference just by your body trying to maintain balance and work as efficiently with all of it there, just the heavy energy. So it's an awesome service. I also do it itself, so if you're wondering and you don't want the other service, you just want a chakra balancing and clearing, then let me know about that. I will be adding it to my description box shortly. But that's free, and you can use it whenever. You can use it, even the reading whenever, but you have to pay within February 2019. Also, as a way of giving back and thanks to my subscribers, and just, you know, to help those, for those who can't afford readings, go through hard times, I'm going to start, until, you know, further notice, unless something changes my mind or something, or I can't handle it or something, that I'm going to do one free reading a month. So leave a comment. It has to be somewhat of a significant comment. I mean, not super, but just not like a dot or, you know, something minimal, or I don't know. It has to be something that's like, it doesn't have to be a lot. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, but basically just not like a dot or a bloop or whatever. Just, you know, something that you're invested, even if it's like a sentence or something like that. Because I also like to read your guys' comments and stuff like that, but it helps in a lot of ways. It shows me, you know, who's invested to give the reading to. It helps me read your energy more. And also spreads the message at the same time. But at the end of the month, I will randomly pick, and I will let you know who wins. Thank you also to those of you who like, so please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. For those of you who have inquired about this and asked and also donated, in the description box below is all the information about my PayPal address or information, my email address, my description shows my services, my pricing. Please read all of it, including the disclaimer. A lot of people get to my email address and then just stop and then email me. I have no problem helping people, but it saves me time. So read as much as you can, and then if you still need help, email me. But thank you so much for those of you who have donated with either like money or people like send me things that they've made, and that's awesome. I might do it just a separate video on that. Services, but even liking and sharing and subscribing, that helps, you know, send the videos out and help people. But also any money that I get from this channel or services or donations go towards me further helping and healing myself, that I'm using to learn more about myself so that I can heal and help more people, or assist in healing more people, assisting even themselves in healing and learning how to do that. So, such as in March, I master Reiki. April, I've started learning shamanism. I've got the South direction down, and it's been delayed, but in 2020, I'll be doing plant spirit medicine. All of that I can also do distant-wise, so this is a time where people really need assistance and help break through their stuff and all of that, so it helps me with that. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it, and don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. So enough of that. Let's get on to your reading. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I'm not sure exactly where this is going to play out. I think I can see the overall energy. I hope this comes out more. This is kind of one of those readings where it's like, I don't know why, but I feel like I look at it and I feel like there's something else that will come out that I can't see. Either that, as I'm channeling, either that, or it's just really simple and straightforward. So let's get started and just see where this goes. Also, for those of you who are following me, if you're watching and waiting for the Libra videos, sorry, it's been a while. I think I skipped a month or something. I'm not always able to get all of them out, so my apologies. Thank you. Where you are right now is you have the Two of Wands and you have the Tower. So probably look like this. So I feel like you feel stuck, but at the same time, like things are crumbling. So it's like you don't see a way out. I'm not sure if you even totally want a way out, but you don't see a way out. But but I'm not sure if you might see it, but that, because it's like, here's you, and it's like you only see this. It's like you don't see outside of it. But this is actually what's going on from a farther away point of view. So this is actually crumbling down. I don't know whether you see it or not. I don't know if you're like ready for battle or whatever, but whether you know it or not, like whether you know this is happening or coming, this is bringing you balance. You've got like tons of things all over your reading about balance. Justice too, so you're showing up very strongly in your reading, but balance. So I don't know if you're wanting to, I think that you do want to move forward, but you're really scared to, and you don't know how. There's like a huge thing of codependency here going on. I'm also having a really hard time talking too. So I think you guys need to speak up. You're not speaking up or standing up for yourself or voicing your concerns or voicing your desires. Something. Or fighting enough. And I don't mean fighting like arguing fighting. There probably is too much of that. I mean like that true what you deserve and following through on that. I'm sorry, I keep saying it is what it is. But you feel, so what's crossing you is you have the Ten of Wands. And there's this huge burden and weight that you're carrying. And it's about, clarifying that is, you know, the anchor. So it's about like stability. I hear stuck between a rock and a hard place. But I feel like a lot of that is mostly an illusion. I mean, I think some of it is there, don't get me wrong, but I feel like your views and thoughts are limited. Like, this person cannot see past the fire. They can't see what's on the other side of it. So all they see is what's right in front of them. And for some reason, they think their options are limited. They think their abilities are limited. And it's not. Like, if you look here, like between a rock and a hard place, there's nothing else over here. So the other thing, I feel like, is an illusion. Like, it's not fully there. And I think a lot of it is going to be money. There is a little bit more than money going on here, but a lot of it is money and financial things that you feel is keeping you stuck here. If this isn't you and it's somebody else, I'm just going to read it as you, apply it as necessary. Okay? But you feel stuck full on. And that you really don't have a lot of other choices. There's not a lot that you can do. And I don't know why, but I just keep getting the thing of, it's not real, it's an illusion. Not only that, but if you're really this stuck, as long as you are in this energy or around this energy, you are going to feel stuck. You are going to be limiting your opportunities and your options because you're in a blocked energy. You can't see things. You're not clearing stuff out to allow, like just gated, to make room for what can come to you. Like, sometimes you've got to clear things out to make room for new opportunities. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't be hard for you. I'm not saying you don't have somewhat legitimate things. What I'm saying is you're making them bigger than they really are. And they're really not something that makes it impossible for you to remove yourself from this situation or person. You're using them to create your story of telling yourself you can't. And I don't know why, whether it's facing fears that you have or childhood issues, or like you don't think you can make enough money on your own, or I mean, just the creativity factor. I don't know what has contributed to this. This is also a general reading, so if I pick up on stuff, I'll say it. But if not, you know, this is a general reading, so I may not be able to pick up on it as a personal reading. So if you're interested in a personal reading, if you want to see if this energy applies to you, if you want to see, you know, what is blocking you, what is affecting this, you know, to create this reality of yours, inner child work, shadow work, just blocks, how can you navigate forward, all of that, hit me up for a personal reading, because I can only go so far in a general reading. So just saying. But I just don't think that this is completely true. I think there's definitely going to be things you've got to work through, but it's not what's stopping you. Also maybe family, or children, maybe even. Yeah. So like family, children, money. I think is, and everybody's going to be different, but I think for a lot of people, that's mostly going to be it. What's in the foundation of this reading is you have the High Priestess and you have the Chariot. So again, there's something you're not seeing, you're not listening to intuition. If you look at these side by side, these are very balanced. This High Priestess sees and knows, she's using the intuition, and it's balanced, the black and white. This one with the Chariot, it's having a hard time. The Chariot is about victory, triumph, moving forward. The reason you move forward is because you are in alignment. Mind, body, soul. Everything's in alignment to move you forward spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And you're not. This, I don't know if you could really see it, but this black and white bowl, they're trying to go in different directions. So your intuition is trying to lead you to balance. But you're having a hard time with it because you're separated. So this is also a big thing about being in alignment. Needing to be in alignment. Integrative work. But there's something that you're not seeing properly. There is an illusion here. Just like I was saying with the illusion, this High Priestess. You're not seeing stuff. And this may be within yourself. It clearly is within yourself. But it might also be around you. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure that out as we move on. But I more get it like that you're trying to be guided or assisted in aligning and moving forward, and you're really struggling. You're like really going in two different directions. You might even feel that way. Like you might feel just like this, literally like the Libra, the Justice card, like the scales, but it's just always, instead of it just being like bloop, it's just like woo, you know, just exactly like these two bowls that, you know, maybe even with levels of commitment and speaking up and your value and all that, all that's just, there's so much being weighed on it, which, I mean, like bulls, like Tauruses, is very much integrity, values, traditions, commitment, marriage, money, like, not routine, but like traditions, like that type of stuff. And you're having a hard time with that. I feel like you're being pulled in two different directions. Like on one hand, you know exactly what you want to do, and on the other hand, you don't know if you can do it, and I think you're scared, and you don't see. In the recent past, you have the Six of Cups and the Sun card. So, could be soulmate connection, family, kids, at the very least, very strong soulmate connection. Something that I feel like, or you feel like at least, it was a soulmate connection, and it really made you happy. Like it really made you happy and did bring you balance at one time. And so I was a little confused by this, like where is this going, because this was a little off from everything else, and I think this is possibly how you're seeing things, or maybe you guys got together recently, maybe this isn't a long-standing thing. I think for most people it is. But when I asked why, like what was the deal with this, because it was so different from all the other cards, you have the Four of Pentacles, and you have the man holding a coin. So again, you have a lot of stuff here about financial stuff. Like what this is how you're seeing things, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. You're trying to hold on to this for balance, foundation, financial reasons, family reasons. Like you are hoping that you can get this back out of this situation. And for most of you, you cannot. At least this moment in time, it's what it's telling you, you cannot. It is guiding you, which you will get to and see if what I'm thinking is correct. I feel like this has run its course. And not only do you have lessons to learn from this, but I feel like you have something better actually coming into it. Something that's going to leave you in a way that you're not constantly going like this. You're like this, the way you want to be. I mean, no Libra, no person, but no Libra wants to always just be like this. You want to be balanced, the harmony. That's funny, actually, because, you know, Libra is the other one also ruled by Venus, besides Taurus, which you have a lot of Taurus attributes playing here. And there's a very unharmonious situation going on here, and what you really want is harmony. So I get it, but you can't seek harmony for the most part. I mean, otherwise, it takes a lot of work. In this situation, I don't think it's one that's going to pull through in that way. But for the most part, you can't seek harmony through a non-harmonious situation. For the most part, you have to go within yourself anyways. And I get this feeling like you're not doing that. Like your attention is just outwardly, you know, fixing it, getting it back, grabbing onto it. I need it back. I need it. You know, like all your body is saying is, you know, get this back. Get this back. How can we get this back? How can we do it? How can we do it? This is what you're focusing on. This is not what you should be focusing on. Because this isn't what's going to bring you the emotion you're looking for. Because you wouldn't be sitting here so, like, strong on it if everything else was in place within you that it needed to be. Honestly, if you want a piece of advice, your best way to get this back, and I'm not saying it's going to, but your best chance that it will, is to back off. Stop worrying about it and put your energy into you. And healing you, growing you, learning about you. Because you're in a very fear-based, gripped on, like your life depends on it, mentality about this situation. How will I survive? Money-wise, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. I don't even know if you're thinking spiritually. You might, but this seems very of 3D of nature. But you could. But what's crowning you is you have the Princess of Pentacles, which is like the Page of Pentacles. So, new beginning, you know, you're thinking of where do I invest in? Do I wipe the slate clean? Do I start over? Which way do I go? What do I focus on? Like, what's my direction? What do I invest in? And I feel like for some of you too, probably not most, but some of you, that you're pregnant or somebody else got pregnant, new baby or pregnant, and that's another thing that's really like holding you here, like, oh my God, you know, what do I do with this? Money-wise, I have a new kid, I want to keep the family together, all of that. Because you have here to, like, this is change, new direction too, but also another, here's like a kid, but this kid is different than others. And then mice, like something's really gnawing at you. So maybe the fact that you're pregnant or had a baby or recently had a baby is gnawing at you about all of this. Or maybe that's why you want to leave or know you want to leave is because somebody had a kid with somebody else. I guess some of you could be pregnant with someone else's kid. I don't know. That doesn't really matter. I'm not going to go there. But for some of you, a small amount, I got a pregnancy vibe as well, or a baby vibe, to where that's affecting things too. So maybe some of you lost a baby. But I think either way, So I'm not going to keep harping on that. You're trying to figure out what direction to go, possibly how to invest. You know, you might have a baby or be pregnant or have young kids or something like that. And that's really gnawing at you. What are you going to do about that situation? In your likely future, I don't know why it gave me so many cards to figure this out. It kind of split it up. You have the Two of Swords, the Moon, the Five of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like you're not speaking about how you really feel. You're trying to really figure it out. But there is something that you're either trying to figure out or you learned recently that is really going to cause the end of this situation. Maybe even in the other person or other situation, in what you learn. There may be, you know, some arguing or some arguing just to argue or speaking just to win, like not even really speaking right. But either way, something comes out that you really see within yourself, or that you learn about that you didn't know. I think that kind of ends the situation. And then you end up by yourself, or like not with the situation or person, and it actually does benefit you. So if you, I mean, if you look, it actually leads to, you know, here's the Two of Swords, here's the Moon, here's the Five of Swords, but it leads to the Nine of Pentacles. So somebody could be acting single, but you know, this actually leads you to a more independent and prospering place. You're actually being more held back and kept from your abundance and prosperity by being in this situation, because it's blocking the energy. The energy is blocked. It's stagnant. So that doesn't just happen in how you feel in this situation. That also blocks things from coming your way. A, because you haven't made room for it, and B, because you're not allowing the energy to, you know, flow in and out, in and out. You're holding it tight and stagnant, like you're trying to hold it. So again, Five of Cups. So you have the Five of Swords, Five of Cups. But it leads to a rebirth. So there's a Death card. I'm telling you, like, you think that it's going to be bad or worse than what it is now. And that's not the case. It actually gets better. I'm not going to say it's just going to right off. I don't know that, but it does get better. When you let this go and let the energies go out and release, and that brings in new, fresh energies, new opportunities and all of that, it gets better for you. How you see yourself is, you have the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. So, I mean, I don't know if you're trying to feel more in alignment, but I think, you know, again, this is another thing I'm getting with a pregnancy vibe. But I feel like you're trying to start a new beginning with this. Either with it or away from it. but you're undecided. Like even with this Lovers card, you know, this is Gemini. This is very, again, about integration, twin. So this is another thing that's like, you don't know which way with a new beginning you want to go. You don't know whether you want to stay faithful to it, cut it out, or like, what are you supposed to do? What's your path? What's the best thing for you? And you're like looking to assistance, or is there a better alignment for me? Is there something else that's more meant for me? So again, you're trying to seek clarity and knowledge. But you can't do that with what you're doing, and you can't do it mostly in this situation, but you can't do it. What's in your environment is you have the Five of Wands reversed, and you have Justice. So I don't know if somebody else has been like, I'm done. I don't know if this is you being like, I'm done, or you just don't want to fight, or they don't want to fight, or have competition. Tell me about the Five of Wands reversed. So, I mean, there could be someone filing for divorce. I get the vibe that you're trying to hold on to this. And in whatever way they're doing it, however they're keeping these hopes alive, or if they're not, someone else doesn't want it, or they've given up. And they're a little bit more balanced about the situation. But you're not. Like, you're trying to hold on to it. And I even get with this, with the Princess of Swords. I don't know why, but what sticks out to me the most about this is her turning around and kind of like really sticking her butt out. Almost in a like, yeah, look at this, look what you'd be missing type of way. And I've never seen that before in that card. So almost in a way where you're trying to keep their attention, or attract them back, or make them want you more, or like, look what you're going to lose, or blah, 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 blah. Maybe you're even using sex to do it, or your body, or become more attractive, or maybe you think you're not attractive. Maybe you're pregnant and you feel like you're not attractive. And that, honestly, I can tell you right now with the energy, it has nothing to do with it. It's the energy. It's, for one, this cycle has played out. For two, there's something better you're supposed to go to. You can't revive it. There's nothing that you can do. And I know that, you know, Libras are very much about wanting to seek harmony in relationships and all of that. They're about partnerships. And Libras want partnerships. And a lot of times they actually are very codependent on that, because they don't feel like they're full or they're right if they don't have one or they're not in one. But they're also about harmony and fairness. And I just don't really get that. I'm not saying I'm picking up a lot of vibes from this other person that they're horrible. For some reason, it's not digging that much into it. Can you show me anything about this environment? It's not going to get better. just like and I don't know if you're picking up on their energy and that's why you're like this. So their energy, if I show you, whatever this in your environment is, whether it's a person or whatever. So I'm going to show you. See this dark light. Dark light. And then you have this house, which this house to me is very much about its image. It's superficial, kind of shallow a little bit, especially with the peacock here. I mean, I love peacocks, but they're, you know, they put up an image. This ship is going into more chaotic waters. Then you have the public card. So there may be more people involved than there should be. Why is this person done? Loyalty. What about the loyalty? They're just done. They don't think it's going to succeed. They've given up. They're worried about themselves and what they want. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but the only thing that was keeping them there was the image, the children, the image of the commitment and all of that. And it's almost done. They see it for what it was. They see the lesson, and they see that better things could come their way, that they just feel like this isn't going to get better. Yeah, like it's just going to get harder and harder. There's tons of blocks. They don't have loyalty to this situation. They don't have any faith in this situation. And that doesn't mean that it's anything with you even. I think they have stuff to work on within themselves as well, because you know, they've got this light dark thing going on here. So this could be within you too, and you guys are just mirroring in your frequencies, or you're picking up on their energy. So you can't even find, which may be why yours gets better as soon as you're away from their energy. Because you can't find your own balance because this person is like this. For whatever reason. I don't want to dig any more than I already did. If you want to, hit me up for a personal reading to see a little bit more why. But whether it's a narcissistic situation, whether it's just run its course and they can spiritually feel it, whether it was never there and it was because of the kids, whatever. There are so many reasons that this could be. But it's not going to get better. And there, even right here, there's a level of superficiality and shallowness and more people being involved than they should. Yeah, like they just go after whatever they want. Maybe the grass is greener on the other side thing. They're very, you know, maybe wandsy energy. I don't know. What's in your hopes and fears? You have the Prince of Pentacles. So, you know, I think you're fearing them not committing to you or them halting. They may have commitment issues. Or, you know, you're hoping for a new offer, a stable offer. I mean, you want them to come back to you. You want things to be the way they used to be. And if you look here and they're together, it's almost like this is you and this is them. And then in your hopes and fears, it's just the black one. but that they've separated off. And you want them to come back. Part of you probably even fears they come back, to be honest with you. Because it's like, you want this, but like, you know you want it out of fear. How, like, you don't want what it is. You want what it was. Or at least what you thought it was, or what you remember it as, or whatever. But it's not that. Yeah, you want them to come in, riding on their white horse, like a knight on their white horse, and offering you commitment and coming back and offering what you once had. Okay. So I was just clarifying that, making sure. In your likely future, you have the Ten of Swords, which pretty much confirms and coincides with your likely future. So it's it's done. What about the Ten of Swords? Yeah, we have the snake. You might actually get really hurt. Like, if you, and this might be a guidance for you. If you don't figure this out, where you start to put yourself in a better mind frame and goals and doing this work and all of that, you have a high likelihood of being hurt here. Because you're holding on so hard for dear life that it's really going to hurt you. Like, it's going to hurt you even more because you're not willing to, like, really look at it. Like, this person, like, they're done. Whether they're even still there or not, whether it's also for money reasons, whether they're just, like, wanting you to be the one to end it, then they don't have to worry about it, whatever. There's so many reasons. Again, hit me up for a personal reading. But they're done. They're not even fighting. There's no competition here. They've put it down. Then they've got the Justice card. Unless this is you, but somebody's fighting and holding on and somebody's not. So, again, reverse this as necessary. But somebody's going to get hurt here. So, if this is you, that's the one that's holding on, I recommend that you start working on this, or maybe hit me up for a reading or a session so that I can look into the energy, or you could start working on your perspective. I mean, it's not a bad thing to be hurt. You know, pain is one of the best motivators and a catalyst for change. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is the end of that way of thinking. It is the end of that cycle. You have the Ten of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. I mean, in this situation, you have the two tens that are the ones that, I'm not going to say you don't want, because they are beneficial to have. But you don't have the Ten of Pentacles and you don't have the Ten of Cups. You really, the only beneficial cards that you have here is in your recent past, or your past. And maybe it might have been true, but at the very least, this is what you're thinking and wanting back because you're trying to hold on. So, you don't have a lot of positive cards here. You have on, it's like tea leaf. Where is it at? Tea leaf, fortune cards at the bottom. You have indecisiveness, allowing life to ramble aimlessly. Guaranteed success, discord among friends or family, which you have two cards here about mice. Is there... Look at yourself and others carefully. Maybe that big hunk of cheese, I put it back in the one that I pulled. Maybe that big hunk of cheese is sitting on a trigger that will spring a deadly trap. So I was guided to look up mice because you have 2 cards with mice. Mice is about scrutiny. You may be fearful of life, but very well organized with a compartment for everything. You should try to see a larger picture than the one staring you in the face. Develop largesse of spirit. Try to become aware of the great dance of life. Realize that even though you may be sitting in Los Angeles, there's a new moon. There's a New York, a moon, a solar system, a galaxy, and an infinite universe. Jump high, little friend. You will glimpse the sacred mountain. Like what I was saying, you can't see the world or your life past what's beyond these flames. It's an illusion. You need to scrutinize. Look at yourself and others carefully. Maybe that big hunk of cheese, this that you're wanting and trying to hold on to, is sitting on a trigger that will spring a deadly trap. Likely future. Maybe the cat is in the pantry waiting for you. Maybe someone to whom you have delegated authority, such as a doctor, a lawyer, even a plumber, is not doing the job faithfully. What's in your environment? The message is to see what is right before your eyes and take action accordingly. So you have changes in your life coming, time to get out of a situation. You possibly will be tempted to try to stay into this out of fear. Make sure you're around people who uplift you and don't put you in a fear-based mentality. It is going to be hard for a second, but you are going to get help. Even financially, the universe is going to help you out. Something important such as a new job or raise, money or property through an inheritance or windfall. Opportunities are waiting for you. A period of ill health, depression. Like I said, you probably are going to go through a little bit, especially if it is narcissistic. I'm not saying it's not, but there is like a period. You have to, your brain, it just goes through stuff. Neural pathways need to be developed. Someone is leaving your life. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Fear, worries, tense situations, family sorrow. I do feel like though that, and I don't know how long after, but I feel like you do get a better love and romantic connection, especially once you heal from this and you're at a better vibration. You're actually going to get somebody with the vibration that you were trying to make this connection to be. So let me say this, because maybe it will help you in something that, you know, I didn't realize till really later in life, especially when I woke up to the whole codependency and narcissism thing. I was somebody in my past that held on to a situation just like this. And I didn't see the situation properly. I didn't see any of my other options. I didn't see myself. I didn't see any of that. Also, I didn't understand because I had such loyalty. You know, it was wrong. Somebody else leaving and wanting to do this. Why aren't you fighting with me? Like, why aren't you fighting for this? Let's work through this. I was willing to go through all this stuff. And I didn't see things from a spiritual perspective at that time. And it was like, you know, a lot of people do talk about narcissism. And I realized how in that moment in my life, even though society, I think, would have viewed me as the codependent, but who knows, it's all about perspective. It was actually very narcissistic of me to do that. I mean, even if games were being played, even if whatever, I have compassion for it, but we all come here for our own journeys. And we come into this world alone and we leave this world alone. Outside of our loved ones, outside of our parents, outside of our children, all of that. These are our journeys at the end of the day. And just because I was scared, or I wanted what I wanted, or I felt like I was being rejected or not good enough or felt empty or a void or whatever it is, there's so many things, you know, parent issues, childhood wounds. I realized that it was just, it could be seen as narcissistic of me too. on how much I was holding on and the grudge that I was holding and how dare they, I was so loyal and all of that, and what I even saw it could be. And it doesn't matter what I saw it could be. It doesn't matter about its potential. It is this. It's not. Your situation is not this. It's not. You've got to let this go. And let's put it this way. Even if your situation was this, but this person or situation still didn't want it, even if it's this, they still have a right to do that. It caused me more suffering and more mental anguish and misalignment. And it also actually wasn't really fair, because they have a right to go whatever direction they want in their life. And I feel like this is just my thoughts, but yes, there's spiritual meaning to certain things, but, you know, I'm on more of a spiritual wavelength. So a lot of that, as far as like marriage, children, once you say I do, that's it. Like, yeah, I mean, that's great. Try to have a life partner and everything, but we have contracts for different people to show us different things, and this person's lessons is done. There's somebody actually better for you, that's for another part and chapter of your life, to move ahead, to move forward, to bring you better balance. And either this person's lessons are done for you, or they've got another lesson by leaving to help you heal and raise vibration, to enter a new cycle in your life. And you're scared of it. You don't want to start over. You don't know if you can do it. But you can. For one, let this person show you that. If somebody, like, what was that song? Was it Pam Tillis or something like, Let That Pony Run or something? Like, if somebody wants to leave or they're not working on it, let them. Let them. Because all you're trying to hold on to is misery, pain, not harmony, not even leading to a relationship. Let it go. And thank them for whatever they brought your way, whatever lessons or whatever. And I get it, it's not that easy. Sometimes you have to go through things and process things to get to this mentality. But it is a fear and a codependency that is driving you right now. In all actuality, this isn't really what you want, because this is what you want, not only in a relationship, but within yourself. What you're in right now is not this. So this is not what you want. Your mind is playing tricks on you and telling you that this is the only thing that could possibly lead you to that emotion you're trying to go towards. And it's not. And in all actuality, I mean, I don't know the whole story. I don't know why the other person is still there, if you're going through divorce or whatever. I don't know. But this energy that I had was not fair to do. Even if you're the one who in society's eyes was right. You know what I mean? Like, you got the raw end of the deal. It's still not right. Not, especially not for yourself, but people, for whatever, even if whether they've done stuff to you or not, they have the right to leave whenever they want. It's not about judging what people do as right or wrong. It's about asking yourself whether it's in alignment with your own beliefs, values, wants, with you. It doesn't matter. Making it right or wrong is a waste of energy. It is what it is, and all you have to ask yourself is it in alignment with me and what I want? Excuse me. Clearly it's not, because you're getting more and more not in alignment. So let them go. Which is your best chance anyways of getting them back. Because the more you try to hold on to this type of energy, the more it's going to try to go. But you have more worth than that. You should never ever put yourself in a situation where you try to like convince somebody to be with you. Somebody should be coming to you and seeing you for who you are. You don't have to convince them who you are or that you're a good option, because somebody who's supposed to be with you will see right away you're a good option. They'll want to invest in you. They will be ready to invest in you. They will be ready to meet you right here. And somebody who's not is not supposed to be in your life. At the very least, not at that moment. So don't forget that, yeah, you want a relationship, but you also want harmony. And you also want peace and fairness. And you can't expect this person or anybody else for that matter to be fair to you if you're not even being fair to you. If you're not even being there for you. If you're not even willing, why would they be willing to sacrifice happiness or going a rough road for you when you're not even willing to sacrifice and go a rough road for you? You're sacrificing yourself right now. Yet they're wrong that they're sacrificing you. Do you see the hypocrisy going on here? They're wrong, whatever word you want to put to that, wrong, for sacrificing you. Yet you're sacrificing you. So maybe their job is to show you that. I don't know. But did you ever stop and think about it from that point of view? They're leaving because they're leaving. They're abandoning you because you're abandoning you. It's not just that. They're ready to, they need to go on another part of their journey too. But look at the mirror part of it. That's all I'm saying. So I just wanted to give you something else to think about. Not to preach too much on that, but just really to try to think about things in a different dynamic, because I know it really held me up a lot. And it wasn't until after I healed that I saw that perspective. And there's more to it than that too. So if you need help more on that perspective, let me know. But to where I just saw things completely different and how it was adding to my imbalance. Literally, I think this energy is adding to your imbalance. And I don't think you're going to see it until you're away from the energy. And then your energy will start to balance back out. I think you'll come into a better harmony. And your energy will be more abundant. Yes, you have a very codependent energy. So do they, or I don't know, but it's time to heal from that and go out of a lack mentality and go to an abundant mentality. So you have, you know, where you're thinking, like here's you thinking about the sun energy, the same as what's in your recent past that you're thinking about. You're having anxiety over it because at one time it made you happy and it did make you balanced, but you're thinking it's going to make you balanced again. And it's not. Like, I mean, in order to find your balance here, like you really need to do some work on your solar plexus chakra, which is self-esteem, will. In a lot of ways, it's your main energy center. I mean, your heart is too, but it's where a lot of that, the confidence, the will, the drive, the, you know, just self-esteem and all of that comes from. And then you also have heart chakra. So both of these are going to be, like I said, your two main chakras you're going to be working on. Not only now, but you need to work on, but also after this conversation or situation or person like this might end, you might really have to work on these. If you need help with this, let me know. Also, like I said, if you need a reading, like free chakra balancing, I'm not trying to push this on you, but I can look into this with the solar plexus and the heart chakra. But I think you want to go after something. I do think there's more people in your situation than there should be. And you want to walk away, but you can't because of financial constraints and things going on with your heart. You're trying to wait it out and see if it gets better. You have actually a lot going on. You have your root and your sacral as well. There's just a huge indecision. There's a perspective issue. Not seeing what you have, wanting what you don't between you and the other person. There's codependency issues. Not speaking up. Your throat chakra as well. I think it's really trying to lead you towards like these two cards. Peace, and there's tenderness. Speak gently to yourself. Cherish the child within. You're going to have to do inner child work. Independence. Decide for yourself. Exercise the right thing to choose. So I think it's trying to help you with your independence. I think there's a lot of codependent energies here. You have intention. Do not lose sight of your original intention. Check inside your heart to see if the path you are traveling fits with the original hopes and aspirations. If not, take action, take control, and steer your life back on course. Like I said, this isn't matching with what you remember you want. Innocence, purity, joy. You're being encouraged just to be you. Be a shining light for the world. Expect positive outcomes to flow from your honest and pure intentions. Just trust in this situation. You have renewal. You are going to have a rebirth from this. New creativity, good things coming. You're going to learn who you are. The situation is going to get better once you're away from this energy. But you're kind of going to stay stuck in the way you are right now. You have, for two of your oracle cards, you have the Absinthe Mermaid. And you have the Blue Whale. Big blue whale. So I'll read those to you real quick. The Absinthe Mermaid is about beware of dependency. Has wallowed in her addiction for too long. She has become languid. Well, it says a comatose green mermaid is draped in a toxic stream of bottles, skulls, and poisons, drugged and lethargic, a slave to her torpid addiction. She is at risk for being washed away at a moment's notice. You have also spent too long immersed in addiction or dependence. Addiction and dependence can sap one's energy and rob one of vitality and strength. Something in your life, a substance, an obsession, or an unhealthy relationship is draining your life essence and you need it to let go. Or you need to let it go. Seek assistance from a trusted friend, a wise person in your community, or a professional to help rid you of an unhealthy attachment before it's too late. Once you have escaped, reevaluate your life and take stock of your frailties. What led you down the path of addiction and independence in the first place? What steps can you take to avoid stumbling down that rabbit hole again? And then you have Big Blue Whale, which a lot of these don't come out reverse, but it does have meanings for them. And I think the Big Blue Whale is in reverse. I mean, otherwise, use your power gently. If you are the one that's in power here. So as you discover your own sources of personal power, don't forget to maintain your loving disposition and use your strength to protect the less fortunate. Only the weak are cruel. But I think this is bold. The antithesis, bold is beautiful. Which is lately your meekness has become your weakness. You are being too passive and submissive, letting too many life opportunities slip by. It is time to embolden yourself and focus on using your strengths to their utmost potential, even if doing so feels impertinent. Remember, you are your own advocate and you have the right to stand up for yourself and do what needs to be done. Or maybe someone else is doing this. I don't know. That's what I was saying. Just don't get caught in the victim mind frame. And how could they, blah, blah, blah. Like, everybody has the right to their own journey and everybody has their own lessons. So just remember that. And you are worth it. Be your best self always. Be gentle to yourself. Culmination of vision. Be true to your higher self. And I get a lot, too, with this culmination of vision. Like, you know, here's her, and then I see this as like the higher self. Like, allow your higher self to guide you here and have trust. Like, trust in the nature, trust in the spirits, trust in the abundance around you. Because you're really not trusting. And it has clear out the old. Make a wish, new experiences and possibilities. Love matters, open your heart, expansion. Clear endeavor, the big picture. I'm telling you, like, after you clear this out, even if it's rough for a minute, like, a lot of things in your life are going to change. You have Earthworm. Am I going to read all this? Which is about shy. You had a few animal cards that came up. Earthworm, Cosmic Egg, and you have the Golden Egg. And Fire Ants at the bottom of the deck. So, shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We all have the woes of the Earthworm at some point along the way. The Earthworm indicates a newbie or novice, I don't know, working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt Earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. And to bring it to balance, you speak up and risk embarrassment. Like, just taking a chance. So, take this chance. Cosmic Egg. You have completion and harmony, the infinite within the finite. It's the final card of the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arise within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg have not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer of flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but does not end. And that's what I was saying about the like, everyone has their own journey and their own contract, and I feel like this one is coming to an end. But you have a new one starting. One that is better, one that's more abundant, but you have to see the lesson and rise up out of it. Because honestly, even if this person sees a lesson and leaves you behind, you could still not get the lesson, and someone else will just be attracted to you in order to teach you. So you'll just go through it all over again. So you may want to work on your perspective about this and heal your wounds. Again, if you need help with this, let me know. And then you have Golden Egg. Which is message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. So you have a lot coming up. Not only is this about the heart, but there's also the sacral or the solar plexus chakra. So you have a lot going on with your chakras here right now. Like, especially your heart and your solar plexus. I get a lot with your throat too. And your root, actually. I think they all actually need balancing and cleaning. But the Golden Egg is the message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Lives a precious sound. Deep within the sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. From this. Like I said, getting away from the energy. The magical essence of the Golden Egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga, nidra, or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart. Staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the Golden Egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that has been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So, and then we'll do fire ant. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Flares up without noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that encounter them. Now, this is where you are now. These other ones are where it's trying to take you to go. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, thoughtful, disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, gossips. To bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. So, and then we're almost done. So you have, like, the Justice card came up twice. These are your soul journey cards. I'm not going to read all of them, but it's interesting you have the Justice card twice, which is very much about balance, the harmony, integrating, but also balancing your masculine and your feminine energies. And then you have the Lovers under that. So you actually have the Lovers twice, which is also a duality. Masculine, feminine. And there's your King of Spirals. So I don't know if this is you or them, but that's what I was saying. They kind of were coming up as a fiery energy. So it could be, and the Sun comes up a lot too, so it could be a Leo, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but Leo does come up a lot too. But either way, they're a fiery energy, passionate, going, take charge, action-based, could be coming and going. Depends on how sturdy they are. So your main card that came up, though, is the Three of Spirals. So that's the Three of Wands, which is also seen as waiting. But it's really a card about enlightenment and learning about yourself. Attain enlightenment while contemplating under a Bodhi tree, a symbol of prosperity and long life. Which is focusing on yourself, learning, maybe even messages from your ancestors. Encourages frequent meditation, an appreciation of sacred space, and a deep reverence for the earth. Contemplation is the key to unlocking an inquisitive mind to the beauty of spiritual understanding and enlightenment. But you can't get any of this or get these answers or get this harmony until you take this chance to get away from this energy. This person may do it before you. I don't know. There is possibly a good chance that they will, based on the pattern this is going. And it's going to hurt even worse because of that. Instead of you making the choice and you taking your power back and you taking the risk and standing up for yourself and that building your confidence in who you are, there's a lot more karma and a lot more wounds you have to work through when somebody else does it. Trust me. So it's still doable though, so it's whatever. But when you stick by something like this and then they walk away on top of it, like you sell yourself out, and they walk away, it's like so much more you have to deal with. And that's okay if that happens. Like I said, there's still healing. Maybe it's like something else you'll understand to help somebody else or something. But I recommend you stand up for yourself. You take this risk. Give yourself time alone. It is going to be a little uncomfortable at first. If you need help with it, let me know. But it's going to bring you so much better things. You're still going to go there anyways, even if they leave, but it's going to be a little bit more work actually for you to work through. Like, you're looking at it like in an instant gratification way where you're like, well, it's still good now or whatever. No, it's still going. It's going from your life. and you're actually going to have more work and uncomfortability because of it. So either way is fine. It's just, you have two paths, and you kind of have the hard path and the harder path. And not only is one hard and one harder, but one gets better more quickly. The other one is going to take a little bit longer because you've got to dig yourself out of the hole you put yourself in. So, just saying. So let's pull one or two more cards and then let's be done with this. I'm sorry this isn't more of a positive reading for you. I mean, it is positive, actually. It's leading you to great things. You're actually getting all of what you want. It's just taking you a different route than you are expecting or hoping for. But it's going to bring you healing through it. And you're going to get the harmony you want. And to be honest with you, with what I feel, let two become one. There's a lot of integrative work you need to be doing. Be in nature a lot too and speak your voice, but I do think you have another relationship coming. Like, I feel like you have one that's better and that's going to be more aligned with you, and that's actually going to look more like this Sun in the Six of Cups. But you have to take that risk first, or you have to do this healing first. Like, there's definitely a type of karmic lesson here going on that I'm not sure if you're really, yeah, that came up again. Be in nature a lot, to ground yourself, and also to get, I think you'll get messages. Also surrender to the flow of all this. Let go. Don't hold on. But this definitely wanted to come up twice, to see yourself in nature. So maybe go sit outside and meditate. Sit in front of a tree. Like that one I read. Like, this is about Buddha and how Buddha got his enlightenment by sitting in front of this tree. And so the plant spirits enlightened him. Same with like Reiki. Yusui was sitting, it's like a famous tree. It's blocked off and protected. He was sitting in front of a tree, and he got his download or his enlightenment sitting in front of a tree, same as Buddha. Many spiritual gurus or ascended masters and stuff did. So you may want to do that, or at the very least just be in nature, ground yourself and all of that. But absolutely, you know, go with the flow. But you're going to be getting messages. You're going to be guided. You are going to be assisted during this process. You just have to let go and trust. They're going to guide you to seeing it. You're not always going to be like, oh, I lost out, or they didn't. No, you're the prize. Okay, remember that. You're the prize. And you're not losing. You're gaining the world. So why is that? Like, look at your perspective on that. Like, look how you feel right now. Look at the predicament. Do you really want that? Put your emotions aside. Put your wounds aside. Put your ego aside. Put your fears aside. Put all of it aside. All of it aside. Do you want how you feel right now? Because this is where you are. All of it. Everything. Wrapped up in a bow, in a package. No, it's not serving you. But you are being led to what's serving you. You've just got to trust and let go. You're not in alignment with this anyways. So you're letting go of something that no longer serves you. And you're opening up the possibilities of the world. But if your mind sees lack, you're not going to see that. So, exactly, like I'm saying right now, it says, challenge your perception. There's a huge perception issue here going on. Love that you are different. Wash away your burdens. Know your fears. Integrate. Let two become one. Let go of the old. Be vigilant. Honor Gaia. So spend time. So I'm not going to keep going with this because I feel like it just keeps saying the same things over and over again. And I'm beating a dead horse at this point. So we'll pull one more card and then that's that. Please don't forget, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Also, don't forget to leave a comment because at the end of the month, I will randomly pull a comment, and I think I'm going to do this every month unless I'm guided at some point otherwise. And pull one of the people, and they get a free reading, a free pre-recorded reading. So, what's it hurt, you know? Healer. Yep. The best message for Libra. February 2020. It's funny. You have familiar, guardian, and then you have tarot cards, guidance. So I don't know if you'll like read cards or whatever, but it could be like, listen to this reading. But you are being guided, like it's full on, this is guiding you. And foundation. Is this the Dark Night of the Soul? Watchtower of the North. Yeah. So yeah, and then you have Watchtower of the North. You're going through Dark Night of the Soul. Surrender and release. Persist. The rewards will be life-changing. You are metamorphosing. Whatever. Rest and rejuvenate. The ancestors are connecting with you. And that's funny because I did say something before about ancestors too. That you'll be guided with them, and invoke your dark side with harm to none. Call upon the guardians and gatekeepers of the north. The season of winter brings you its gifts, steeped in magic and mystery as it works in conjunction with the element of earth. By visiting the watchtowers of the north, you are being called to go deep within, to rest and recharge while earth nurtures you and restores. There's a lot of earth energy here. For balance and grounding. The North will assist you in all aspects of home life, which you have here, your foundation. Home life as well. Security and the nurturing that you require. Like I said, you will be taken care of. Connect with the crone aspect of the triple goddess as you journey with the god. In elder form, inwards and face that which you have ignored for too long. Allow winter to freeze away any unwanted behaviors, situations, or addictions you have been holding onto, stripping you bare with the dark chambers of winter's tomb. The color black represents the element of earth and should be used in accordance with your magical workings at the time of midnight. Winter shares its wisdom in association with the card that flanks this one. So, if you need help also, you know, with going through the Dark Night of the Soul, because your foundation, you know, you have this tower energy, you're going to go through change. Your perception is going to be twisted. New neural pathways are going to have to be, you know, made. It's kind of, the transition is a little rough. That's why people who do have addictions, you know, during that time on how long they can utilize their strength and their spiritual discipline and connecting within and above determines whether or not they make it through or they metaphorically stick the needle in their arm again. It's that time in between while you're retraining your brain and you're developing new like neuro pathways. So if you need help with that, or even help with, you know, strength, talking to somebody, spiritual discipline, your perspective, like I said, hit me up. I'm here. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. I hope this really helps you. Stay strong. Just realize that all the fears and everything are an illusion. Is it going to be rough for a minute? Yeah. Is it not going to work out for you? No. You are being taken care of. You're being asked to take that chance. It's just, do you want this to happen a little bit more within your control or not? Because it's happening anyways, and it's happening for your greater good. But trust me when I say there's a lot more to work out when you resist it and it's yanked from you versus when you're just like, okay. I trust, thank you for what you've done. Thank you for what you've helped me with. Thank you for your part in my life, even if it was through pain. I may not see all the lessons now, but I will in the future. Thank you and good luck. And you release and let go with love. And if you can't do all that, at least let go. You'll figure the rest out as time goes on. If this person won't give you closure, because at this point in time, chances are there's nothing they can say that give you closure. Because it's not, most people actually, Women are huge on closure. It's not actually closure they seek most of the time. It's the healing. And it's to know that it wasn't them and they're enough. And just to be at peace with the situation is really what it is. So I love you guys. Good luck with all this. Don't forget to leave a comment. I love you. I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.